This is literally got to be one of the top 5 most incompetent things that a president has ever tried to do in the history of presidents.
It's a young samurai, I smoke a spliff in a cup, and I pass a lot to my bro. No fuck with my flow. Couple bad bitches and a cup of that Joe. So it's just THC.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Welcome, gentlemen. Congratulations. You can just raise your hand on this one, if you will, to save a little time. Have any of you not tried a case to verdict in a courtroom? Mr. Petersen. Have you ever tried a jury trial?
I have not.
Civil?
No.
Criminal?
No.
Bench?
No.
State or federal court?
I have not.
Okay. Have you ever taken a deposition?
I was involved in taking depositions when I was associate at Wiley Ryan when I first came out of law school. But that was.
You ever? How many depositions?
I would. I'd be struggling to remember.
Less than 10?
Yes.
Less than 5?
Probably somewhere in that range.
Have you ever tried taking a deposition by yourself?
I believe no.
Okay. Have you ever argued a motion in state court?
I have not.
Have you ever argued a motion in federal court?
No.
When's the last time you read the federal rules of civil procedure?
The federal rules of civil procedure. I have, in my current position, I obviously don't need to stay as invested in those on a day-to-day basis, but I do try to keep up to speed. We do have at the Federal Election Commission roughly 70 attorneys who work under our guidance, including a large litigation division. And as a commissioner, we oversee that litigation. We advise them on overall legal strategy, provide recommendations and edits to briefs and so forth, and meet with them about how we're going to handle it.
If I could ask you this,
Sure.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we're only given 5 minutes for 5 of you. So
Sure.
When's the last time you read the federal rules of evidence?
The federal rules of evidence all the way through would, comprehensively would have been in law school. Obviously, I have been involved in, when I was an associate, that was something that we had to stay closely abreast of. And there have been some issues dealing with evidentiary issues that
Sure.
will cause me to examine those periodically in our oversight role of the litigation division at the Federal Election Commission.
Okay. Well, as a trial judge, you're obviously going to have witnesses.
Yes.
Can you tell me what the Dober standard is?
Senator Kennedy, I don't have that readily at my disposal, but I would be happy to take a closer look at that.
Okay.
That is not something that I've had to contend with.
Do you know what a motion in limine is?
Yes, I haven't. I'm again, my background is not in litigation as when I was replying to Chairman Grassley. I haven't had to again do a deep dive, and I understand and I appreciate this line of questioning. I understand the challenge that would be ahead of me if I were fortunate enough to become a district court judge. I understand that that the path that many successful district court judges have taken has been a different one than I have taken. Mm-hmm. But as I mentioned in my earlier answer, I believe that the path that I have taken to be one who's been in a decision-making role on, I would guess now, somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 enforcement matters. Mm-hmm. Overseeing, I don't know how many cases in federal court the commission has been a party to during my time.
Yes, sir. I've read your resume. Just for the record, do you know what a motion in limine is?
I would probably not be able to give you a good definition right here at the table.
Do you know what the younger abstention doctrine is?
I've heard of it, but
How about the Pullman abstention doctrine?
I heard.
You'll all see that a lot in federal court. Okay. Any of you blog? Okay.
No.
Any of you ever blogged in support of the Ku Klux Klan?
No, Senator.
Okay. Let the record reflect everybody said no, Mr. Chairman.
The record will show that.
Thank you, gentlemen. I wish we had more time to spend together.
Senator Durbin.
BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Hey, before the video even continue, hit that like button, subscribe, and join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. All right, so, yo, President Trump is a funny dude, Joe. How do you send a person to go be a judge that don't know any of the basics of being a judge? You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. Imagine if you went, you was in college somewhere you was in front of your professor. That, and also, just add just to really, so we could really grasp this, because if any of y'all know lawyers are some very condescending MFers at times. I mean, no, like, not when they first starting off. They're usually humble at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, but after they start getting self-esteem, and it's not condescending like you're little, they're big. It's more condescending like, they're really smart. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Part of being a lawyer is being able to navigate conversations. You understand what I'm saying? When you're a lawyer, you debate. You find out information, right? And you try to have better information than the person who's opposing you, correct? And then you try to display your information in such a form that it either negates the other person's information or it surpasses it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's basically a debate. Being a lawyer is basically trying to be the smartest person in the room. That's what being a lawyer is about. So, imagine, you're a student in a class somewhere, and your professor's doing some stuff on the board or whatever, and you're typing, you're talking, and then you ask your professor something, and he says, wait a minute, and has to leave in order to go ask somebody else what the answer is. And this happens periodically every session. They're walking out of the room to go find books so they could Xerox stuff to bring back to the class. Like, what? You understand what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here? So Trump is basically trying to get a person who is not qualified to be a district judge. And just so we could be clear, this is a life. Like, if you get appointed to this, you're appointed to this for the duration of your life. This isn't a judgeship that you're appointed to and you got to go back up for re-election every couple of years, like that judge that put Meek Mill in jail. This is one of them positions where when you get appointed to it, that's what you're doing until you decide to retire. If you don't decide to retire, you're going to keep this position. You understand what I'm saying? So, oh man. And then on top of that, he went and got a guy that's younger than usual people that go up for this position. So he went and got somebody who's younger than usual people that go for this position. So they're going to be able to have this position for years and years to come. And he also went and got somebody who don't know their job. So you already know what it is. He's trying to get somebody elected that's going to owe him favors or put into a position or given a job. He's going to owe him favors. He's a funny dude. Anyway, so I just want to let y'all see what's going on. That's crazy. John Kennedy. The funny thing, that was the dude that was asking the question, Senator John Kennedy. But the funniest part about all of this is at the end when he says, does anybody ever do social media for the KKK or something like that? And everybody was like, no. And he laughed about it. Like, yeah, we got his ass. We already know. Look. when you're a lawyer, a judge, you already know don't ask questions you don't know the answer to. So they're not going to ask any questions that they don't know the answer to. You understand what I'm saying? So he already knew the answer to the question before he asked it. So he said, put that on the record. Everything's on the record. The only reason why you say put that on the record, so it could be on the record that you said put that on the record. Everything that happens in the damn courtroom's on the record. Anyway, well, you know, when the proceedings is underway. Anyway, hey, did you see how strategical that was, though, for them to have the black guy sitting in back of him? You notice everybody's in blue. You know what I'm saying? Had the black guy sitting in back of him. That was pretty strategic. You know what I'm saying? You see the black guy kind of smirk when he says that shit, too. Anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know about this. That's just some information that we all need to be abreast of because, oh, man, these people that elected President Business, I just don't really think they understand what they did. You know, this is going to be one of those situations where 10 years down the road, there's gonna, like, you know how I'm not calling President Business Adolf Hitler. I'm not calling him that. But you know how everybody looks at Germany and they think, how can you ever have let Adolf Hitler come into power? This guy was evil. You see how everybody thinks that? People in the like 10 years, 15 years down the road is going to say, how did y'all ever let freaking President Business come into power? This guy is a insert explicative. You understand what I'm saying? That's the kind of situation it's going to be because he has not done anything good. Nothing that President Business has done so far is good. And I'm one of those guys that I'm pretty fair. Like, I don't care what side of the freaking aisle you're on. If you're doing good, you're doing good. Nothing President Business has done so far is good. He wants to net neutrality. He wants to get rid of net. This is crazy, yo. He wants to make us have to pay more money for the internet. On top of that, he wants to also raise our taxes periodically so that he don't have to pay taxes and his friends don't have to pay taxes. On top of that, he wants to repeal all health care so we have to pay more for health care. Like, what's going on here? And there's people that elected this guy and they're still standing by this guy thinking that this guy's doing something good. He's not doing anything well. He's doing tons of things well, fleecing the American public, but he's not doing anything that's of any advantage to us. He's not helping the little guy at all. I don't even understand how people are still thinking that. Anyway, that's all I got on this one. Let me know what y'all guys think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. # Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. Yeah, look, I love y'all, man. I don't even, like, you got people that hate President Business. I don't even hate the guy. He's an opportunist, man. People like him, when you give them the opportunity to do shit, shit's gonna get done. It just is what it is. You know, got a couple more years of this, and then we see if we can get a couple more. How about that? Anyway, that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.